Hi, good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in on this nice, lovely Saturday that I'm having here. Uh, what I wanted to talk to you guys about, and Jan from New York City saves money alongside with me, is we wanted to talk about when you look at a can and you turn it around and look at the nutrition facts, it's the serving size. Sometimes I think the serving size information that you get is not always accurate. For example, the image that you see behind us, the wolf chili. Not a bad chili. It's pretty good. I've had it. Janet has had it. A matter of fact, I believe she currently has it in her stockpile. The serving size says 1 can, but that's not really being specific enough because if you think about um, the can size, that can be awful filling for one person. So me, I know that I could easily eat off of that can twice, one half and then another half. Or let's say that I decide to do chili dogs. No, I'm not. And, it's not, it wouldn't be homemade chili like I made, for a recipe I did not too long ago. But why would I want to use a whole can on chili dogs? I would only want to use about a half. So I just find that these labels leave a lot to be desired. And Janet, if you want to go ahead and
Yes.
mention.
Hi, Steve. Hi, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Next week I'm going to get into bare bones budgeting on specifically one or two videos, but I'm not going to talk about that. But if you think about something for a second, the cans, especially the cans that Steve had behind, and even though this is not a sponsored ad for that product, I can tell you this much: it's really good. I personally enjoy it. But Steve is right, and I noticed it myself. When you look for the serving size on it, it says serving size 1 can. Really? And the one with beans? Chili with beans, in my honest opinion, is extremely filling. And that could be kind of deceptive if you're a shopper and you're trying to stretch your budget for your family. And now more than ever, because of the skyrocketing prices at the grocery store, do not just fall only for what you're seeing, what they perceive to be a serving size. Now, in this case, 1 can is not is way too much for one person. In my opinion, that 1 can could go for, let's say, 3 children size or 2 adult size generous portions. And let's say, for example, that you team that up on top of a bed of rice. Talk about expansion. That's expansion to the max with that can. Now, Steve, conversely, there are some products that say 2 or 3 servings on it, and it leaves much to be desired there. I ask myself, who comes up with this idea of the serving size? I know nutritionally, when it comes to the calories, perhaps, maybe. But Steve, am I correct that most nutritional people say that regarding eating meat, you should do it the size of the palm of your hand? Something like that. Is that correct?
Well, remember something. I myself, and there's a story about it. I've mentioned it on my own volition, and there was a success story that you had me on about a year or so back on your
Yes.
channel about my success story about weight loss. All right, I know what you're talking about. This is anybody. This is not me. It's not just me, not just you, our subscriber. This is anyone. They say that you should eat anywhere from 3 to 4 ounces of red meat per day. You can have it daily, but you shouldn't go above 3 to 4 ounces. They say the size of the palm of your hand is what you want.
Okay.
Um, you can eat it daily. You can eat it 2 times a week, however how often you want. But they say you shouldn't go above that.
Right. And
Some
that's daily.
some people may disagree with that answer, but that's what I was told. And I'll give you an example. I've mentioned it before. Tenderloin steak. Yeah, I've mentioned this too. It's pricey meat. When you look at it, you look down, you see three pieces. In the you see three in the little carton thing wrapped. Oh, $35 or 38. Oh my God, that's a lot of money. Oh, well, factor this in. Think about how thick that is. So go ahead and pay that 35, 38, and I'll explain. Again, let your meat get a little bit frozen, get a knife, and cut it. You might be able to get 3 to 4 fillets out of it. 3, 6, 9, 4, 8, 12.
Definitely.
Now you have 9 to 12 fillets of steak rather than the three. So when you stop and think about it, now it's not as expensive as it was because you get more of it for your money.
Absolutely.
And I've never been somebody that likes a thick steak. I really haven't. I've liked my steaks usually right around a half inch, give or take.
Yeah.
So because why do you want to put on an inch and a half, 1 inch, no, not 1 inch, 1 inch and a half, 2 inch steak, put it on the skillet, burn on the outside, raw in the middle. And it takes forever. It takes forever to cook. That's why I recommend cut it down. Even if it's ribeye or sirloin or whatever cut of red meat that you like to use. Um, if it's thick, cut it. A lot of the time in the grocery store, it's going to be a thick cut. But you might, this happened to come from a subscriber that was left in a comment. Could the grocery store cut the meat to your liking? Yeah, what you'll probably have to do is make a special request, but they'll honor it. You can
Yeah.
always say, I want this meat cut at this thickness. I want this
Good
amount of
suggestion. Good suggestion.
like Publix, like places like Publix and Winn-Dixie, local to me, Harvey's, which is a sister store or offspring of Winn-Dixie. They'll they'll usually go ahead if as long as you put in a request, they'll cut your meat any way you want.
And another technique, excellent, Steve. Another technique, if you do happen to get, let's say in your case, I would call it stock because you're not interested in the thick one. Let's say somebody else picked it out for you and you got it. Another option to do, and it works, is to broil your steak, keep it, and just slice it into slices as if you were slicing a loaf cake. Slice the steak into slices like a loaf. That works
Um,
very well
yeah,
when it's cooked.
yeah, you could go that route. Um, if you insist, if you insist on leaving the steak in its exact state and don't do anything with it, you could probably take it, put it in a slow cooker,
Oh, that's a delicious option.
and then just set it for 8 hours. You might as well just set it for the longest or six and just let it go. I promise you, whether it's thick, thin, however, that meat is going to be, well, it doesn't, well, if it's got a bone in it, it's going to be fall off the bone tender. That's a promise.
Absolutely.
That's one of the things I can say about a slow cooker. I love the way that it cooks the meat when it's in that.
And you happen to have had a wonderful side dish today, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, you get it right here. Oh, you mean
Ta-da!
the macaroni salad?
Macaroni salad.
Yeah, what I do is I get this from Publix. Now, Publix, whether it's deli, a sub, bakery item, cold cut, whatever, breads, whatever, they put so much love into everything that they make. It's literally as good as if you made it yourself. I really believe. Like if you want to get a pie, instead of making one, go to Publix and get it. It would be the next best thing or a step across to you making it yourself.
Hey,
Uh,
Steve, I want to ask you a question. Folks, just bear with us a second. Steve, try switching that background picture a minute. We're just testing
okay.
something. Be patient with us. Thanks, guys. Oh, there you go. Great. Because you mentioned Publix, and I'm thinking, I know you have
Well,
those awesome pictures.
this is not Publix, but this is,
No.
but they, with every store has a produce section. And everything you see back here, the cabbage, the broccoli, oh, let me see. I hate to lean in, but you know, I think I see a little bit of like Vidalia onion on that top row. Uh,
Yeah.
there's also some bok choy in that picture, but I doubt if you can see it. But
Yeah, no, I see it.
no, your produce is another good one. You know, but yeah, I've got different pictures here. Of course, we can always
Yeah.
go, like if you want to
We're
go.
checking out our ability to that's awesome. I like that switch. That's a great picture.
All right, here you go. Now,
Excellent.
this gives you a better layout as to most produce sections in a grocery store. You have your, like right there, I think I'm looking at apples, and well, that's all I see at the moment. But, you know,
Uh-huh. I think I see a bag of onions somewhere, unless those are all apples. I'm not sure.
that's probably along the side. You can't see it because our photograph is in the way, but, or
So your macaroni salad, it's all perfectly done up, and I'm assuming it's a very reasonable price, right?
this right here, which is a 1 ounce container. I
Mhm.
believe it's like 3.49. It's not too bad.
No, that's a good grab and go. But the beautiful news is, if you're on a totally bare bones budget, the beauty part of a macaroni salad or a pasta salad, whatever way you want to call it, is that it can be the star of the show meal, or it can be a side dish. So, Steve, I know you're very creative. Have you ever made a macaroni salad from scratch at home?
I have not.
Oh,
I've never
really?
No, I've never done macaroni salad, believe it or I've done potato salad. Now, I will say this, Publix as well has a few varieties of potato salad. They have a New York, they've got home
Yeah.
style red, they've got a southern style that's got mustard in it. Now, I like mustard in my potato salad. I like that little zing in it.
Yeah, it is good. I've had that.
Um, but I have made potato salad, never made a macaroni salad. There can't be much to it. There really can't.
No, no, it's a blank, basically a potato or the pasta or macaroni. They're both blank canvases. And I'm just thinking like of the person that wants to make like that. What you had is enough, maybe one or two people, but suppose you
Yeah,
have four people to make the whole box. It's going to yield, that is going to yield a lot. However, Steve, over time, I have noticed an incredible shrinkage of sizing in order to keep the prices
right.
livable, but things have shrunk down. I think some pasta boxes also might have taken a little bit of a shrinkage. Anybody out there notice? Let Steve know in the comments section
I
below.
already know the answer to that. You used to be able to get a 16-ounce box of pasta. Some of them still do that. In most cases, it's gone down to 12.
Oh my.
All right. Here's a really good one. This has been going on for a while. Ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Once upon a time, everything was a half a gallon. Now, if you buy Breyers or Edie's or Friendlies or whatever brand of ice cream that you buy, Blue Bunny, those are all 1.75 now. But you still have a few varieties out there that's still a half a gallon. Bluebell, Publix Premium. I know I'm back to Publix again, but they really do stand behind their stuff, and it's
No,
good.
they sound amazing. I wish I had one in my area.
Well, Publix, probably the closest thing you're going to get to up in your neck of the woods up that way is probably a Wegmans. That's probably the closest store.
Yeah.
I've never been to a Wegmans, so I
They're
can't.
working on getting a Wegmans maybe about 1.5 miles from here. It should be up in about a year and a half.
Oh, that'll be good. That way you can get, certain specialty items, but Winn Dixie. another grocery store in my area, Winn-Dixie. Their their Prestige ice cream, I believe it's called, is a half a gallon. But you do have ice cream out there that you can get in the bucket. It comes in a plastic container and it's got a lid on it, it's got a handle. You can
Nice.
still, you can still buy those. It's like that's really bang for your buck if you go that route. But the only thing I have to say about those ice creams is definitely look at your ingredients. Make sure you're not getting a lot of high fructose and
Yeah.
artificial and the sugar and
Yeah.
all of that. So, and I wanted to mention something else too. We were talking about this a few minutes ago. Is pie.
Oh,
Again, Publix has good pies in their bakery. Cherry, blueberry. I love their Dutch apple with the crumbs on top. That one. They do have a
yeah.
good key lime. Key lime, I know, is take it or leave it for some people because of the taste. But another one that they do have that's really good. I do like lemon meringue, and I'm pointing out lemon meringue
Yeah.
to a specific subscriber, and she knows who she is. This person knows. We've talked. Because we've commented, and I wanted to make sure I mentioned lemon meringue. But what is not to like about a lemon? About
That's
lemon?
a little slice of heaven.
Lemon is a slice. I like the little rhyme there. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But you know, I like lemon pie, lemon meringue. I like lemon soda cake. That's good. Lemon cake. Anything
Yeah.
with lemon. And it's really good. Like after you eat, if you're looking for something, to be for digestion. Another
Yeah.
one I like. Another one I like, but I have to come back to ice cream for a minute. Some may or may not like it. I like mint chocolate chip.
I do too. It's very good.
Like for example, whenever I go to like a Chinese restaurant that does the hibachi, where you can get your own vegetables and they cook it fresh, which I adore. Um, for dessert, I'll go and get a bowl of mint chocolate because it's good for the system. It's
Yeah. Calms your
so
stomach down after a heavy meal.
yes, it does. Yes, it does. So when it comes to labeling, you really have to be careful coming back to that. Like, for example, this macaroni salad, it says serving size about 3 servings per container, about three. It
Okay.
tells you right on there. But with the wolf chili, coming back to that for a minute, with the wolf chili, serving size 1 can. Who's going to sit down and eat a whole can of chili?
Mind you, with beans. Can you imagine eating an entire can of beans? I cannot imagine that. I'd be too full.
Well, not that I'm trying to be too TMI here for those that don't know too much information, but we know the effect that beans can have on us. Why would you want to eat that amount of beans, like you said?
Beans is not going to be happening 1 can for me, Janet. No, it's
No,
never happening.
no, I could easily see myself eating off of a can of Wolf chili twice.
Yes.
Another brand of chili that I do like. I like Armor chili. It's got a blue label.
Oh, that's excellent. I like that.
And there's another one. A subscriber and I, we were chatting about this. They'll know who they are. At the dollar store, there's a brand of chili that they have called Southgate. Red label, got a bowl on the front,
Oh,
and it's about $1, 25. The price because some of the things at the dollar store is still $1, and some is $1.25. But the last time I bought Southgate, I thought it was pretty good from the dollar
good.
store.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Well, I
Steve, I
can't.
have a special show on. I have a special show on tonight
Mhm.
at 7 p.m.
Okay.
And no, and I call it special because it's a pretty important show. I mean, all shows are important in my opinion, but if you guys would like to come back to my show tonight at 7 p.m., come back to my
Okay.
channel. It's not an audio, not that there's anything wrong with my radio version of me, but it's a video show
A
at
video.
7 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Not a premiere, just an upload, not a
Just an
premiere.
upload. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll tune in.
Thank you.
Um, so, all right. Well, thank you for coming aboard as always. I appreciate it, and
Thanks.
I love the feedback that we've been getting. So, but
Thanks for having me.
yeah, sure, absolutely. So definitely, be on the lookout for Janet's show and be on the lookout for me on Tuesday morning at 6 a.m. like clockwork. My recipe Tuesday. I've got something nice in store for you guys that I think you'll like. So, hope all of you have a great remainder of your Saturday. Have a nice weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome.